He woke with a gasp. Cold sweat clung to him like a spiderweb. A single flickering light bulb illuminated the room, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. Where was he? This wasn't his bedroom. Panic welled up, choking him. He tried to move, but his limbs were leaden. He was trapped, ensnared in a web of something cold and slimy. It pulsated around him, whispering his name. It smelled of fear and decay.
He struggled, his breath coming in ragged gasps. The air grew thick, heavy with the stench of rotting flesh. The whisper grew louder, morphing into a guttural growl that seemed to shake the very foundations of the room. A monstrous form began to emerge from the shadows. Its eyes, two burning embers, fixed on him. Its skin was a tapestry of scales and pustules, its breath a noxious cloud that stung his nostrils.
"The Undecided," a voice rasped, ancient and full of malice.
The creature's voice seemed to reverberate off the walls, each syllable a hammer blow to his sanity.
"You have been chosen."
The creature lumbered closer, its form shifting and changing with each step as if it was still deciding what shape to take. Its hunger was palpable, a tangible force that pressed down on him. The Undecided fed on indecision, on the paralysis of choice. He knew instinctively that he had to make a decision, and quickly, or become another victim of its insatiable appetite. Two paths materialized before him. On one, a microphone gleamed under a spotlight, promising fame and the intoxicating roar of the crowd. It was his dream, his passion since childhood, music. The other path showed a computer screen, alive with colors and shapes, pulsing with the creative energy of multimedia arts. It was a path less traveled, but one that held its own allure, a siren song of digital creation.
Music or multimedia? His heart pounded against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat. Each path held the promise of fulfillment, but which one was the right one? His mind raced, a whirlwind of doubt and longing.
The monster chuckled, a dry, rattling sound that echoed around the chamber. Its burning gaze seemed to sear into his very soul. It savored his fear, his confusion. Time seemed to warp and twist around him. The air grew heavy, charged with a suffocating tension. Every second that ticked by felt like an eternity, each breath a monumental effort. The Undecided's impatience was a palpable force.
"Choose," the monster hissed, its voice a venomous whisper, "or be consumed by your own indecision."
The creature's words sparked a flicker of defiance in him. He would not be its plaything. He would not be defined by fear. But even as the thought formed, the sheer terror of the situation threatened to overwhelm him. He closed his eyes, trying to block out the monster, to focus. He had to choose. His life depended on it. There was no room for doubt, no space for second guessing.